Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Asma Mahmood. I'm the Artistic Director for Canadian Community Arts Initiative. We are very pleased that all of you could join us and fit into this tiny studio to celebrate a milestone in a Pakistani production house's efforts to bring to you high quality cinema. We will talk about all those ideas, those thoughts as we go along in the evening. For now, first of all, I would like to recognize the founder and the director for Canadian Community Arts Initiative, Arshad Mahmood. Thank you. The chair for the board of directors, Shefali Ranjan. Thank you, Shefali, for being here. The directors, Sahib Rana and Viera Kononakova. Please, because we are short of time, I would request you to only the media to ask questions. The public can enjoy the answers and the questions, but hold off on your questioning because the media is specifically here to do that. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy and honored to get some very prolific people from Pakistan and especially Hum Entertainment today with us. We have Mr. Duraid, who is the CEO of Hum Network. I'm going to open my notes and I will give it to Ali Kazmi, who was supposed to do this for me. I'm pleased to acknowledge Duraid Qureshi, CEO and founder of Hum Network. And you're founder as well. All right. He also happens to be the co-producer of Parwaaz Hai Junoon. And I've heard a lot about this husband-wife team and their amazing work that they're doing. And I'm seeing it now for myself. Duraid is a graduate of Lums University. And it was Duraid's initiative to bring Hum Awards to Toronto, which was one of the best events of Pakistani channels.
I'll take your opinion, sir.
Now I'll come to our next guest, who is Momina Duraid. She is the creative force behind Parwaaz Hai Junoon. She is the most prolific and successful producer from Pakistan with titles like Humsafar, my first serious play which I binge watched, Zindagi Gulzar Hai, Man Mail, Sami, Udari, another fabulous play, and recently Yaqeen Ka Safar. She is also the co-director of international hit film Bin Roye and is accredited to taking the Pakistani content to the global audience. Thank you very much for that. Shaz Khan.
Yes.
All right. Present. He's a rising star in Pakistan cinema. This is Shaz's second feature. Previously, he was a part of critically acclaimed film Moor. Shaz also plays a fighter pilot in Parwaaz Hai Junoon.
Third feature.
Okay. And now I come to this amazing fellow. I've been getting phone calls for this guy, and his worldwide fan club has been getting in touch with us to see if we can stream it live for them. I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure somebody is doing it. Okay. So now we come to Hamza Ali Abbasi, who's Pakistani theatre, film and television actor, model and director. He is known for his roles as Afzal in the drama serial Pyare Afzal and as Salahuddin in the drama series Man Mail. Abbasi began his acting career in 2006 in the play Delhi in the Dark, which was produced by Shahrabil.
That's ancient history, so...
Okay. and so many others. Two feature films, Main Hoon Shahid Afridi and War, for which he received Best Star Debut Male and Best Supporting Actor awards at first ARY Film Awards. He received praise for playing the parallel lead in the romantic comedy Jawani Phir Nahi Aani. And now he is in Parwaaz Junoon as squadron leader Hamza.
Yeah, thank you. And you can Google the rest of it.
I'll tell you something. Many years ago, around about 38 years ago, I used to work for Pakistan Television. And Pakistan Television, Rawalpindi had only two actresses, and they used to just flip us again and again. And I got an opportunity to act with this wonderful guy from, I think he was from Lahore. It was a Sarmat Sahabai drama, and I was the lead, and he was the lead there, and I absolutely adored him. My friends, I literally blackmailed my friends into doing favors for me in order for them to come and see the shooting. And it is so amazing that after 38 years, I get to introduce his son today, Ahad Razamir.
What? Okay. I was like, what? No way, man.
So I'm very excited, and I say kudos to Asif Razamir, who I used to call Asif Bhai, and that was his first play from Islamabad Pindi Television, and it got banned. Thank you. 38 years. It was Sarmat Sahibai's play, for God's sakes. So Ahad Razamir is a Pakistani model, director, playwriter, and actor who has Pakistani and Canadian nationality. He's our Canadian content. Very talented and famous actor for drama, Mola Jatt. No. Okay.
Are you still reading my
Sorry.
part?
No. You played Mola Jatt?
I'm doing this film called
Oh, fabulous.
Wait,
have
in
to-
all of this, did you say you did a play 38 years ago?
Yes.
I thought you were 38 years.
Thank you. Guys, now it's on record. I get the compliment from Heraga Sab. Are you listening? Asif Razamir's son, who is also a famous television actor in Pakistan, as I explained. Ahad has done a drama serial like Yaqeen Ka Safar and Sami for Hum TV and became an upcoming heartthrob for youngsters, and now he is appearing in Parwaaz Hai Junoon as an Air Force pilot. Wonderful. And now I come to this beautiful lady, Hania Amir. Amir, sorry, Hania Amir. Hania Amir is a Pakistani film and television actress and model. Hania Amir made several dub mashes. Nice. We have to check those out, and uploaded them on the internet, which got the attention of the producer Imran Kazmi, who later cast her in a supporting role in the blockbuster romantic comedy Jana, a role which earned her a Lux Style Award for Best Supporting Actress nomination. Hania Amir achieved further success by featuring as the female lead in the action comedy Na Maloom Afraad 2 in 2018. In addition to acting in films and television, Amir has appeared in several television commercials, including Garnier and Mobilink, and now she is ready to mesmerize the audience in Parwaaz Hai Junoon. So now I would like to request Dureid Qureshi to please come and say a few words, and then one by one we'll take it.
First of all, this film is very close to at least me and Momina, because I was the one who pushed her to do this film, and it took her at least a good 1 year. And Hamza, I think, who had an interview in a newspaper where he said, I'm already acting in a play. We didn't even do the story by that time, and he announced it on the paper.
So I'm the reason this film got made.
Yeah. So that night, Momna, tirelessly just scripted the whole story and at 4 o'clock in the morning, woke me up and just told me, done the story. And I had to listen to it all and said that it's going to be perfect because this is the first film which is based on a female pilot story in the world. So it's very original. It has all the ingredients. It has all the ingredients of a full action Air Force movie, as well as there's a lot of drama and romance, and penned by, I'm using Momna's words, but penned by Farhat Ishtiaq, who's the queen of romance, as Momna calls her. So it's going to be a fun movie. Everybody will love this movie. There's a lot of crying that you guys will do once you see the movie. But there's, apart from that, there's a intense love and action and a beautiful piece that you will love it. I have seen it at least 3 times, and every time I want to watch it again. So best wishes to the team and everybody else, and hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you.
Momina Dured.
So, first of all, thank you so much for having us all here and showering us with your love and support, which we saw at the Hum Awards also. Um, and when the Canadian anthem and the Pakistani anthem, when they were played one after the other, it was a very proud moment for us as Pakistanis also, and I'm sure for the Canadian Pakistanis living here in Toronto too. So Parwaaz is a very, very special film for myself. I've done a lot of commercial projects, and the first film that I did was also a love story. But this film is very, very close to my heart because it kind of, for me, Parwaaz is a film that through which we want to show to the world that we as Pakistanis and the Pakistani forces, we are working day in and night out, against world terrorism. So this particular film is not about any specific country or any kind of relationships with a country, but against world terrorism, which is a common thing for all of us, and it is packaged in a very entertaining script. So it's not parallel cinema kind of a film. No, it's a commercial entertainer with a clear targeted approach towards showing the world that how serious Pakistan is in curbing terrorism in Pakistan, and what the forces are doing to do that. In one way, other special thing about the film is that even in Hollywood, I think the filmmakers wouldn't get the liberty to shoot with real F-16s and real JF-17s, which we have. So 80% of even the combat shooting is on real jets, which is amazing. Which I think, as a filmmaker and a film producer, was an extremely a big thing for me, to be able to produce the film to that level, where there is, of course, CG also in the film, but most of the shots are real. And there was this comment in one of the, there's sometimes, when people comment when the trailer was on, and there was this shot that they pictured and they took a snap of, and then they wrote that the CG is not that great, and the shot was a real shot. So these shots are so real that sometimes they're looking like CG, most of the shots. So that is one great thing about the film. And then one other thing that I love about Parwaaz is that it's a very intelligent script, and I give a credit to Farhat Ishtiaq, who's one of the best writers that we have in Pakistan, who's given us plays like Diyare Dil, Humsafar, Udari. She's the writer for all those three with critically acclaimed serials that you all must have watched and loved. She's one of my favorite writers too. And then the biggest strength of Parwaaz is the cast, because every person is fit in their roles. Be it Hania, be it Ahad, be it Shaz, be it Hamza, be it Kubra, who's not here with us. and the two people that I'm really missing here are the director of the film, Hasib Hassan, who couldn't be with us because he was busy with some work in Pakistan, and the writer of the show. So, thank you so much.
Hi guys. Thank you all for being here and giving us your time because कल हमजा ने बड़ी अच्छी बात की थी उस पे कि क्या we were at a charity event and he made me realize something कि he said पैसा देना लगाना आसान होता है लेकिन time देना is not that easy. So thank you for giving us your time and thank you Hamza for teaching me this. So firstly, I'd like to thank all of you for the love that you've been showing at the awards, before the awards, at our hotel lobbies, in the car parking. Where else? Yesterday, yes, Western entrance, you know, there at the road, Tim Hortons, every single place. Even yesterday at the charity event, it was crazy. And the kind of love and kind of support you showed at the awards, not to offend anybody, but it did not look like a Pakistani event to me there. It did not. I actually thought कि मैं कहीं और आ गई हूँ and this is not where we're supposed to get dropped off. Because Kubra and I were like, हाँ backstage जाके ये पहन लेंगे earrings कर लेंगे. And then when we got there, they were like, these people just screaming our names. So thank you so much for all of this love. I really, really appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's my first time and it's great. It's great. I love Ladi Adda. So, yeah, the best. Have you tried their bun kebabs? They're amazing. Anyway, so talking about Parwaaz Junoon, I feel like it's one of those roles that an actor wants to do. You know, being an actress, you know, you want to do such a role where you're not koi rona dhona nahi hai, your sass is not beating you up, you know, the society is not, you know, just, you know, putting you on the sidelines. This girl is there and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to. And she's just, the message that my character sends out there is that, you know what, whatever you want to do, just go for it. And it's just not for the women, also the men out there. My character sends out a message that, you know, however big your dream is, you'll get there. You will just get there with a little bit of hard work. And I think that's great for young people to learn because, you know, एक failure होता है, and because I've seen, you know, when actors enter with me, they're like 18, 19-year-olds when they enter, एक failure के बाद they think life has ended. It's done, I'm gone, my career's ended. Or whatever career they're in, you know. But I feel like ये character उनको दिखाएगा कि ऐसा नहीं है, it's not the end of the world. You know, when you actually face a failure, that's when you realize your mistakes and you can actually and practically make improvements there. So I love this about my character, and then the film, it's just so beautiful. The script is so nice and the songs are so nice. I think we're gonna play the song. So बाकियों को भी बात करनी है. अच्छा, so I will just so thank you for all of you for being here, and do come watch the film on Eid. It's mid-August, so please do come watch.
August 22nd, 3rd, 24th, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Hey everybody, I apologize if you were late and you guys had to wait, but your traffic is very bipolar, like your weather.
The weather is
yes.
bipolar.
What's going on with the weather? I feel like it's gonna snow tomorrow. It is beautiful right now. But again, I'm just gonna reiterate what Hania said with the love that we received at the Hum Awards. This is really loud, isn't it? Hold on. Was incredible. For me, like the one thing that I've noticed is like this thing when I come to North America, back to North America, because I'm actually from the States, is the fact that I think Pakistanis, the image of Pakistanis in the West has been, I think for a very long time, Toyota pickup trucks and beards. And for me, I think that's really important and that we need to change that specifically through the arts. So I'm super proud to be part of this film. I love being an actor, I love being a storyteller, and I love being part of a project that has this much passion. This was a long, long process. I mean, we were shooting this for about a year. I mean, the behind the scenes is probably more interesting sometimes than even the movie, to be honest. And I think maybe we'll get released at some point because from shooting on the Air Force bases with the Air Force pilots to just going to all these really, really exotic locations for some of those beautiful shots you saw in the trailer. Whatever it may be, I think we're representing Pakistan in a completely new light. उसकी वजह से मुझे फ़ख्र होता है कि I'm here representing that as part of this team. And how many people had seen the trailer before this? You guys all saw it. Okay. Did you guys show like your Gora friends? Yeah. What did they think? Like.
They're part of it. It's so cool. The effects, the visual effects, they said it looks like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah. Exactly.
We were more curious to know if you guys flew an actual F-16.
Right.
I was like, I'm yet to know that. I don't know myself.
Unfortunately, we are ourselves.
We totally did. We totally
Yeah,
did.
we actually flew it. Yeah, no, we weren't.
We got to taxi in them,
Yeah, exactly.
but we didn't get to.
You can fly. You have to, you're
But I can't fly an F-16.
Yeah,
That's
Taxi
too much
it.
to ask from me.
but no. In the end, though, my Agora friends were all like, "Man, this looks amazing. When is this coming out? Parwaaz Junoon? All right, yeah." So to me, that's exciting because that's a film that is like putting us on the map, and I would recommend that you guys take them all and go see the movie when it comes out because then they can spread the word, and that's how we start building the cinema. But in any case, I am super stoked for this, and I can't wait to see you at the movies. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum ji, मैं हूं हमजा अली बासी and you're watching E-Awaz channel. जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम एंड मेरी तरफ से आप सबको बहुत बहुत सलाम. And before I say anything else, I again, as Hania said it, Shah said it, Ahad said it, Momna, Durad bhai, get the amount of love we've received in Canada. It's unbelievable. And from the award shows to here, it's something that we also discovered that how loving Pakistanis are, and not just Pakistanis, the other South Asian community. I heard there were a lot of Indians who showed up at the awards, a lot of Bangladeshis who showed up at the awards. Oh, you're from there? There you go. She's from there. So it was a experience where we discovered that there is so much love. Anyways, but coming to the movie, I'll cut it short. I'm going to say a lot, but I'll cut it short because we don't have much time. See, Pakistan is at a crossroads. We have a very bad PR issue in the world. We have a massive PR issue. And one way through which you can reach out to the world, I think the only way is the media, your films. And I think we can learn a lot from our neighbors, India. I think Bollywood is the biggest success story of how films can take you to the world, your image to the world. I mean, India is known through Bollywood. Their stars are known in China, the world. I mean, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan. So that's where we lacked. And unfortunately, we've had a very, very negative image in the world. So this is not just a film. This is an attempt to portray not the positive image of Pakistan, the true image of Pakistan. Yeah. And to make us and to make the world realize, and ourselves also, that we have so much to be proud of. I mean, this movie, it's such a surprise to a lot of people. This movie is about a female fighter pilot. And I think none of us know that Pakistan Armed Forces they have the maximum ratio of women soldiers and officers in the world. We're the, and I'm sure you also don't know this, we're the only Air Force in the world, Muslim Air Force in the world, which has female combat fighter pilots. And we're after Sri Lanka, we're the only nation in the world which has faced terrorism, guerrilla warfare to this extent. And Alhamdulillah, Allah ka shukr hai, we've successfully beaten that. So these are, and these are just some of the things that we should be very, very proud of and thankful to Allah for this. But my point is that right now we're in a position, whether it be through award shows or films, to take ourselves to the world. And the kind of challenges we've faced, the kind of hardships we've faced, I'm sure all the Pakistanis here know the kind of horrors we've seen back home. And let's cherish this time then, and let's not forget कि हम कहाँ से शुरू हुए थे और कहाँ पहुँचे हैं आज in a very short amount of time. And I'm sure इसमें फिल्म में flaws भी होंगे, I'm sure flaws होंगे, लेकिन ये बात ज़हन में रखिएगा. Again, I'll give India's example because we have this. It's a example very close to home. The amount of resources we have is peanuts compared to the amount of resources, let's say, Bollywood has or Hollywood has. I mean, there is an Air Force film planned in Bollywood, and it has a budget of more than 150 crores, which is Pakistani about 200 something crores, 260 crores or something. This is like probably 1% of that. This is 1% of that. The amount of budget for this film was maybe 0.7% of that. And yes, because you know this phenomenon of the new Pakistani, the film industry is only 4 or 5 years old. उससे पहले 10 साल में there used to be one film in 10 years or 5 years. So in those resources, coming up with this kind of stuff that you can very proudly present to the world is something which tells me that inshallah, when 10 years later, 15 years later, when we'll have more budgets, when we'll have more resources, then imagine the kind of stuff that'll come out, inshallah, from the Pakistani film industry. So in the end, I'd just say that I'm very, very proud and also thankful that I could be a part of this venture to take the true image of Pakistan to the world. And I hope when you see the movie, आपको अच्छी लगेगी. हमने कोशिश पूरी की है. अच्छी भी लगे तो बताइएगा, और अगर ना भी अच्छी लगे तो बताइएगा. ठीक है? So inshallah, see you guys in the cinemas on Bollywood.
And I would just like to add something to this whole conversation, is that 25% of the profits of this film are going to the Shuhada Fund. So whoever will buy a ticket to go see this film is kind of a part in helping the families of the Shuhada that we have in Pakistan.
Thanks, Momina. Just one more reason why we should go and watch the movie. Great. We have reached that stage where I first of all wanted to take this opportunity and thank the members of the media for taking out the time in such a short notice to come and cover. And I am also going to take this liberty to open the house right now for questions to the cast.
For the Canadian youth, as in you mean the Pakistani youth in Canada or the general? The Pakistani Canadian youth. Well, we want to show the Pakistani Canadian youth that whatever the media around the world is telling you about Pakistan, it's everything that you see on the news channels around the world is not correct. And as Pakistanis, we are extremely rich in culture, and we are with the entire world to finish terrorism in our own country also and around the world also. And they should be proud of their country. And the negative images portrayed about Pakistan are not correct at all, and they do not represent the true Pakistanis at all.
Thank you, Momina. For the next question, I'm going to ask Badr Munir Chaudhary, senior journalist here. Please.
चैनल किसी मूवी को
कोई रेजोल्यूशन नहीं है. ये इंडिविजुअल पॉलिसी है बिटवीन द चैनल्स हु वांट्स टू डू इट. मोस्टली एवरीबडी डज एक्सेप्ट, आई एम सॉरी, जियो. Like, so I don't know. So I don't know आप लोग चला सकेंगे या नहीं चला सकेंगे, लेकिन अब थोड़ा चेंज आ रहा है. यूजुअली हाँ, तब्दीली आ रही है, बल्कि आ गई है. So, लेकिन ये बात सही है कि बाकी सारे चैनल जितने भी हैं ना, वो बहुत ज़्यादा चलाते हैं. और रिसेंटली जियो में भी थोड़ा बहुत चेंज आया है, और आई एम श्योर कि इस फिल्म को वो प्रमोट करेंगे.
उसमें जुनून है, तो आपका जो पॉलिटिकल एफिलिएशन है उसका फायदा इस मूवी को होगा, क्योंकि जो पाकिस्तान के
इलेक्शन से पहले कहते थे कि आपकी पॉलिटिकल एफिलिएशन का कितना नुकसान होगा मूवी को. वो नहीं होता, बदलता है रंग आसमान कैसे कैसे. अब जीत गए हैं तो फायदा होगा. नहीं देखिए, पॉलिटिकली एफिलिएट जो है, आई थिंक दैट्स माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन. आई डोंट मीन टू बैश एनीबॉडी, बट आई थिंक in a country that we live in and the kind of issues we face, everybody needs to be politically affiliated. Not being politically affiliated means you're a silent spectator. So I'm politically affiliated. If it's bad for my career, I'm okay with it. If it's good for my career, I'm okay with it. But my career has nothing to do with me being politically active. So in fact, I'm hoping, and I'm desperately hoping, if nothing else, I can be an example, because political affiliation is something very discouraged among actors, especially because, you know, corporates, they don't want to deal with you then, because, you know, you support one party and the other supporters of other parties will obviously not buy those products. I really hope I can be a living example of the fact that you can be politically affiliated for the betterment of your country and still be a relatively successful actor. उसका कोई नुकसान नहीं होता. ये याद रखिए. I practice this belief and I hope कि I can be a living example of the fact कि इज़्ज़त, ज़िल्लत, रिस्क और मौत सिर्फ अल्लाह के हाथ में है और किसी के हाथ में नहीं है. So बिल्कुल मेरी पॉलिटिकल एफिलिएशन से किसी प्रोजेक्ट को ना मैंने फ़ायदा होते हुए देखा ना नुकसान होते हुए देखा.
बहुत शुक्रिया हमज़ा. परवाज़ है जुनून बदर. मैं आपको ये भी बताता चलूँ कि परवाज़ आप तभी कर सकते हैं जब आप जुनून की हद तक परवाज़ करना चाहें, वरना फ़ाइटर पायलट आप नहीं बन सकते. जहाज़ तो आप उड़ा लेंगे, फ़ाइटर पायलट नहीं बन सकते. और ये एक फ़ाइटर पायलट आपसे बात कर रहा है. मैं खुद फ़ाइटर पायलट. मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन यहाँ से जी.
Who's the question to? ये भी बता.
Anyone can answer if you want to answer.
हाँ. देखिए, पाकिस्तान का मैंने यही कहा है कि we have a huge PR issue in the world, and unfortunately हमारा media has always been very local. So that's why I said कि we're at a crossroads जहाँ पे we're now going international. Finally, I think it's about time. तो नहीं, specifically इस issue पे नहीं बात की. But what we're showing in the movie is a definitive answer to most of the bashing that is done about us. Unfortunately, हमने ये दिखाया है कि no, our forces are a decisive factor in defeating terrorism in South Asia. In fact, our forces have played a decisive role in defeating terrorism in the world. Our forces, we have more than 100,000 martyrs in Pakistan, which is more than any other country in the world. We have lost children in the Peshawar APS attack. We have lost from 5-star hotels to marketplaces, and we have recovered from that. So this movie is a message to all of those people who say that, oh, Pakistan and terrorism, they're involved in terrorism, their army is involved in terrorism. This is a message for them that no, we're not. But it's not addressed directly that, you know, listen, the media is bashing us and, you know, we have to reply to it. But the package itself, when you watch it, will clarify a lot of those doubts which are created about Pakistan, unfortunately for very globally political reasons. So this will clear that out. And that's our point, that we're showing what's true. It's not a propaganda film. It's not all about guns and tanks and aircrafts and fighter jets. It's a lot more than that. And let me assure you, it is the truth on ground. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to make this. I've had people, on my also some, I have Gora friends too, okay? Yes, I have Gora friends too. And some of them watched the trailer. I'll tell you how doubts are cleared through movies. So this my American friend, he calls me up. He goes like, "Oh my God, man, it's a great movie. I saw it, but are you even allowed to do that kind of stuff in Pakistan?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" I mean, the girl is dancing and. And I've noticed you guys have pretty good planes in your Air Force. And I was like, yeah, we do. We don't ride on camels all the time, like we have cars and stuff. So this is how you clear doubts of the world. And I hope that this is just the beginning. I hope this is just the beginning. Give it 5-10 years. I guarantee you Pakistan film industry will be the biggest answer. It will be, inshallah, the biggest answer to all this negative propaganda that you're talking about.
Thank you once again, Hamza, for.
It was crazy. It was like when I got there and I got to meet them and sit with them, and we were on a schedule कि हमने उनके साथ उठना था, उनके साथ खाने के लिए जाना था, and also the drills, and we would exercise. We had those things with them, and we're running and all. Yeah, crazy discipline. Many interviews the end they'd ask me the same question. I'm like, I feel like these people have a superpower. And that superpower is just the love for their country. And for that, they're just gonna do anything. They're just, they're gonna take a flight and they don't know if they're gonna come back or not. And that's just crazy. So when I got there, my love for my country was revoked, which is insane. And also about the women, I was surprised. I was myself. I sat with them, we were having food, and I was like, why did you join the Air Force? Why are you here? And none of them said कि अब्बू ने कहा, अम्मी ने कहा, अब्बू आर्मी में थे, ये Air Force में थे. None of them. They're like, because we're here for our country. So I think that's amazing. And there's so many women there. So many women. And I was just really, really proud of it. And it was great meeting them.
If I could add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then Shaz will say something. And if anybody else wants to say something. It's not that I love talking, I just have so much to say. One thing I really, जो मैंने notice की थी, the real star of this film is actually the JF-17 Thunder. That is the real star of the film. And one thing that really surprised me is that the facilities, when we saw the facilities, हम अपने आप को बहुत easy ले जाते हैं. We really underestimate ourselves. I have seen the kind of technology that our people, हमारे बच्चे बच्चियाँ, the young people studied from our universities, they're there making 4th generation fighter jets from scratch, including women. We've seen that. We've seen world-class facilities. So one thing that I took from this film is कि within this budget, जैसे film industry के budget की बात की है, हमारी Air Force का कोई budget नहीं है. It's peanuts compared to the world. But within that budget, the kind of output that our forces are giving is insane. I mean, we're one of those, I think there are very few countries in the world who make their own fighter jets. And we are one of those countries. And I've seen it. Yes. और ये बड़ी myth है. This is a myth. कि जी China बना देता और पाकिस्तान को दे देता. No. Do not believe that. Our own people, our own kids, our own boys and girls are working day and night there and making fighter jets, and this is one other thing that we all should be very proud of.
The only thing I was going to add is that outfit, the pilot uniform, it's like a superhero outfit, no doubt. जब वो लोग पहनते हैं ना, it's like you can see their whole aura changing, like physiologically, and you can see like they just feel more attractive, they just feel more powerful, there's more organization, and I think that was something really incredible to me, like the symbol of that outfit. And उनसे मैंने जब बात की थी, उन्होंने ये बताया था कि this is something that unites us together. And I think that to me became such an important thing, at least for me, when I was doing the character. And you see it in their behavior, the way they walk, and the way they're organized, and all that. And another thing is when they, I think, interact together. Pakistanis have this reputation, and I don't want to offend anybody, of semi-disorganization. Let's just put it that way. They are the most organized group of people I have interacted with ever. I mean, they were on time every time, like in every sense of the word, when it comes to the meals, when it comes to actually getting into the flights for our shooting days, whatnot. I mean, they were getting upset at us, obviously, because the actors are showing up late, like with their sunglasses on, it's not acceptable. So I would say that's what was really impressive to me about that whole experience.
Other than the few actors that we have, 10 or 12 actors in the film, hundreds of people who are acting in the film are real-time Air Force pilots.
I was just gonna. Okay, we'll go to the next question. That's okay.
That's how you reduce the cost also of the.
We have enough time.
Ahad wants to say something, and then I want to tell you something funny. I have to because that's a message from a pilot.
I was just going to quickly mention, I think as actors, we always look for references when we go to perform. And I remember before we left to shoot, I asked our director, Hasiba, I said, well, what should I do? How should I get ready? And he suggested, well, you could, watch this film, or you could do this, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, all these things. But when I found out that we were shooting at the academy, I decided not to do any of that. Why? Because our references were the people there. Our references were the cadets, the pilots. So why is that important? I think it's important because they really directly influenced our performances. We were like with these guys 24/7, and we got to see, again, like I said, what their psyche is like. Who are they? So I think you will see that in the film. So.
I think we're not appreciating the Pakistan Air Force because we're not appreciating them enough. Because I want to talk about this. They have given us such unprecedented access to the facilities. These are those facilities which are top security, top secret facilities होती हैं. Literally, they gave us so much access. हम उधर फिर रहे होते थे, शुगर लगा रहे होते थे, पिकनिकें मना रहे होते थे. There's F-16 खड़ा हुआ है, साथ हम लोग खड़े हुए हैं, खाना खा रहे हैं बैठ के नीचे, उसके पर के नीचे. So I think we should really, really appreciate the Pakistan Air Force and a huge round of applause for them. They have given us tremendous free access. और एक चीज़ मैं बस JF-17, वो भी स्टार है हमारी मूवी का, कहना चाहता हूँ. मैंने एक पायलट से पूछा, क्या नाम था? उज़ैर नाम था उसका? उज़ैर दाढ़ी वाला जो था. मैंने हमारा एक, there was a pilot and I asked him, I was like, dude, what's the difference between flying an F-16 and a JF-17? मैंने कहा, which one is better? He's like, I'll translate it for you first. I have to say it in Urdu. He said, sir, better का तो मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन जब F-16 उड़ाते हैं ना, तो फीलिंग आती है जैसे किसी दोस्त की गाड़ी लेके चला रहे हैं यार. कि कहीं कुछ एक्सीडेंट हो गया, क्या जवाब देंगे दोस्त को, नुकसान हो जाएगा उसका. जब JF-17 चलाते हैं ना सर, तो ऐसे लगता है अपनी गाड़ी है. कोई बात ठुक ठाक भी गई, खैर है, हम अपनी अलग ले आएंगे दोबारा एक. तो कहता है वो मुझे तसल्ली होती है JF-17 उड़ा के. And to translate that, the pilot said that when we fly an F-16, we feel like we've borrowed a friend's car. And if an accident happens, what will I tell my friend? When we fly a JF-17 Thunder, we feel like it's our own car. Even if it breaks down, we'll get another one, so that's okay.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
And,
now
I was having a meeting with the ops head once, and he said, "Aapki kya requirements hain? What do you need?" So I said, "You just can you take the canopies off the F-16?" He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, and we want a jeep right next to the F-16 because we need a close shot with it taken with the jeep." And he said, "Give me 5 minutes," and he vanished, from that room. And then after 5 minutes, he came and he said, "Well, canopies we can't do, jeep we'll let you do, but one shot only." So it was okay. So this is the kind of access that they gave us with the craft jets.
That is.
वैसे बड़ा deep
इफ्तिखार साहब बड़ा डीप क्वेश्चन किया आपने.
Could you break it down for me? हाँ.
उसके बाद सर इस पे किताब लिखी जा सकती है एक जवाब के लिए.
What? So, what?
वो पूछ रहे हैं कि अगर तुम वाकई फाइटर पायलट होती हानिया आमिर
लेकिन मैं नहीं हूँ.
तो ब्लेस द एनिमी कहती या नहीं कहती?
That bring a phrase. Do you think in the evolution of combat, a time can come that the explosives can be exchanged with kisses and hugs?
Can I answer that? Can I answer that? As much as I want to sound all lovey-dovey, but in combat, when there is combat, then there is no kisses and loves.
Since all the religious books they say that
Why was this for me though? Why was this question for me?
Iftkhar sahab, I think we have to pause here now because otherwise we'll continue.
Throttle पे ना.
Yeah, and sorry. And then I need to first, अरफा बाजी आपकी बारी उसके बाद आएगी, लेकिन मैं एक सिर्फ छोटी सी बात और कर लूँगा आगे चलने से पहले. I need to also tell you that the cast, that Alpha Bravo Charlie is also Canadian.
Yeah, I met Faraz, who played Faraz. I met him.
So he is
yesterday.
here as well.
The hotel. Yeah.
And not here, but then there we have one more person who is obviously Canadian and who is our very, very favorite child here, which is Ali Kazmi is with us. So Ali Kazmi, कौन नहीं जानता अली काज़मी को. लास्ट क्वेश्चन आरफा बाजी का था, आपने करना है और उसको रैप आपने करना है.
थैंक यू सर. इरफान के भी सवाल है. जी आरफा जी प्लीज जल्दी से सवाल पूछ लीजिए.
Thank you very much, Mahmood bhai, thank you very much. And I hope to see this film and this cast at the Mosaic Festival as well. Now my question to you is that it's beautiful film as I saw. There is a love for Pakistan, a beautiful side of Pakistan. Do you think internationally those who always try to give awards to those films which show something negative about Pakistan, do you think this film will be accepted by them and will it stand at the same level?
I don't know the answer to that, but what I can say is that should we care about that?
Well said.
And for myself, as a producer and a storyteller, it is extremely important not to even see every country will have good points and bad points. But for Pakistan, it's critical that we show the good side of Pakistan, because we have an extremely good side of Pakistan. Because that the bad side is already been shown and cashed upon, I would say.
And greatly exaggerated, I must
Really
say.
exaggerated.
My question
Yes.
is that I thank you very much for that reply. I am a strong supporter of that side that Pakistan has such a beautiful side which is not being shown to. As I
Yes.
said before, we thank Hum for bringing the award. We thank you to bring this film here and to show this.
And see, Parwaaz Junoon is not just about what we are doing against terrorism and all. It shows that Pakistan is beautiful. Look at the locations that we have. We have there was a friend, an Indian friend, who said कि पाकिस्तान के लोग तो हॉलीवुड स्टार्स से भी खूबसूरत हैं. So mashallah, we are beautiful in every way, and that is what we want to show the world.
Whatever, how much we can appreciate, we appreciate you and begin appreciating you for quite some time.
Thank you.
On award and bringing this film. Now my question to you Congratulations, that's your partner. We are happy.
Thank you. Thank you. Allah ka shukar hai.
India, she said that our film industry is enough brainwashed all the Pakistani. This film is enough. They all have definitely ruined everything. What do you think that if Taliban and all those negative people who are working against Pakistan would let this culture forward and our what it meant to go out to the film industry?
We've already crossed that threshold. We have defeated them. There is no force in Pakistan which is trying to stop the evolution of our culture. Back in 2000 till 2013, there was a fear. Now there's no fear. We have, alhamdulillah, successfully defeated all those forces who were against our culture and our existence. And we should be very thankful for that. And secondly, I also want to mention this. I'm also extremely proud of the fact that we're a very open country. We have Indian films releasing in Pakistan all the time, and that is a good thing. I am actually, if there are Indian friends here, I would like to request them that do not ban art. Do not ban artists. I'm as much as bad reputation that we have in the world, we are open. There was this Karachi Film Festival. Nandita Das came there, the director of Bahubali came there. That's like a few months ago. People gave them their love because they were our guests. So we need to probably highlight this part more. And let me assure you, our people are not that dumb that they'll get brainwashed. and they're not that dumb. So they won't. But that's a positive thing that there is a following of Shah Rukh Khan, there is a following of Salman Khan. People love Indian films just like people there love Pakistani films or Hollywood films. So we're very open, we're very inclusive, and I think this is also something that Canada and Pakistan share. We're contrary to the popular image, we're very inclusive. You would not see demonstrations in Pakistan trying to ban Indian films. You will not see any mainstream political group trying to ban Indian artists or Indian films coming in Pakistan. And that's a great thing.
Yeah, actually, we are fans.
They're actually fans. So that is how we give the message to our neighbors that, why? This won't get us anywhere. I mean, I'm of the opinion that culture, art, and sports, no matter what, do not ban it. Do not promote that culture in your country that ye bas ban kar do, cricket ban kar do, filmein ban kar do, artist ban kar do. Kya fayda hoga usse? कोई फायदा हो तो हमें भी बताएं, हम भी कर देंगे. उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. So इसलिए whenever I see an Indian friend or an Indian person, I give him that message that we love your artists, we love your films, and that's a good thing. That's a tolerant thing, and I'm very proud of it that I'm from such a diverse and inclusive society. They love our dramas.
हाँ जी.
They banned Zee Zindagi. क्या था?
अच्छा बस कर दो यार, कितनी बातें करोगे. अच्छा.
बड़ा दुख हुआ मुझे.
Hamza shed half of his weight though. For the
Yes, I had to. And I had to shave my beard also. I think that's just a Walikum compliment for the 38-year-old thing.
Response in kind.
But it still means a lot. Still means a lot.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Ubaid Abbas from Abbas TV. We are at the promotional preview of Parwaaz Hai Junoon, and today we have a very special guest with us, a Canadian coming back to our community. Ahad, welcome, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Good, how are you? Thank you.
I'm great, thanks for asking. How was your experience in this film?
Well, it was a pretty wild experience just because, you show up to Pakistan and all of a sudden you're doing an Air Force film. So it's a little overwhelming. But the experience was good just because as an actor it was a very enriching experience because I went from doing theater to doing my first big feature film. So the experience was interesting because I was there with the cadets and the pilots, and so just as an actor it was a very enriching experience to be around these people and really really being able to flesh out a character. So.
Now, what was something that was new to you? Like you explained, going through the army training, seeing the cadets work together, and being a fellow Canadian, now going back and representing Canada, and now coming here and representing Pakistan. How was that overall experience for you?
In what sense?
In a sense of, as an actor, you are put into so many different roles and characters that you have to understand. And going from a Canadian background into obviously driving yourself into, the heart of Pakistan Army, like how was that for you and how was that different? Were you expecting something different?
Well, I think it was a little overwhelming just because I'm from Calgary. I love the simple life. So having to leave and all of a sudden you're at the Air Force base, you're seeing these giant fighter jets. It's overwhelming just because you're not sure how you should present yourself. You're not sure how to interact at some times. But I think the people at the Air Force were so welcoming of us and were so kind and so loving that they made the experience very very fun actually. Yeah.
Now, would you say that this film will bring a new era to the Pakistani film theater? Like you said, you went from doing theater to doing a straight movie in Pakistan, which is so driven. It's like culturally core. Now, going from that to that, like, what would you say that you took away from it? Other than just, as an actor, I can understand that you put yourself in the role, you learn so many new things, but what do you take away from it towards the new generation that's going to be watching this film?
That's a really good question. I think when you say about this new era that this film will bring, I think that era is already, it started. It started, I think, a few years back maybe. Now it's really in overdrive. We are now in a place where we haven't been in decades because our film industry was essentially shut down, and so we're now recovering from that. Where we were recovering from it, and now we're starting to flourish, I think. And I think the most important thing is, I always say this, is the youth in Pakistan, the youth in Canada, the Pakistani Canadians, Pakistani Americans, who are going to be the people that we make these films for. So I think right now in Pakistan, anything goes, in terms of filmmaking. So that's kind of a really beautiful place to be because you can make anything. So I'm excited to see where we go from there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And we have an impeccable guest with us today. He is known worldwide, not only in Pakistan, and anything we would say is less for him because he's such an inspiration to the youth and for the new Pakistan that is arriving. We have Mr. Hamza Ali Basi.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. How are you?
I'm good, and it's a pleasure to be on your show.
So I'll start off with asking you a few questions about the film. In this film, you mentioned that, the whole cast mentioned that, you guys had to go through a training, you had to see, how it was to be a cadet and to be in the Air Force. What would you say that you took away from that experience?
Being so intimately involved with the Air Force. I mean, we're very thankful and grateful that we got unprecedented access to every facility of Pakistan Air Force. And what I take out of the film personally is the fact that I respect our armed forces more. Primarily because of their dedication, their hard work, but also I realized when we visited the facilities of Pakistan Air Force that in the given budgets, their output is like, I think, 1,000 times more than it should be. We're a very efficient the systems in the forces, and I've seen our own children, our own youth, who studied from Pakistani universities, working on JF-17 Thunder, which is a fourth generation aircraft. That was a great sight to see. I've seen facilities that are literally comparable to any Lockheed Martin and Boeing facilities. So I think we underestimate ourselves a lot. We underestimate our potential. We only talk about the negative aspects and not celebrate enough the positive aspects. So I think that Pakistani Air Force, I've gained more respect for it. I feel more proud of it after this film, and I have learned not to underestimate ourselves, not overestimate ourselves, but at least be proud of what you're doing. At least be proud of the good things that we're doing.
Now, with all your social media, you are a person who's positive, who wants a positive message to be spread. You don't want just a positive message, you want the real message to be spread around. Now, coming back to your political background as well, we hear about this Naya Pakistan. Now, could this film also be a way to show what Pakistan is all about?
No, this is one major aspect behind the film, is that this is an endeavor to take Pakistan to the world, because unfortunately our media has been very localized up till now. And one way in which you can present your country and your image to the world is through your media. It's I think the only way you can do it is through your films, it's through your dramas. So this film is, I think, a very big attempt on our side to present the true image of Pakistan and try to cater to those taboos which have, unfortunately, which are prevalent in the world about Pakistan. The negative propaganda that is being done against Pakistan. This film is an attempt to cater to those critiques on Pakistan and tell the world that, we're not what you think we are. We're much, much more than that. And this film will inshallah be the beginning of the attempt of Pakistani media to now finally go global.
Now, as an actor, with you being given this responsibility as a public figure, a great actor, obviously, and do you feel that you are able to motivate the youth in the right way? Like a lot of messages can be conveyed, like you mentioned, in a negative way because of media, and because of the media now coming to Canada. Do you see the love after coming to the Hum Awards, after experiencing our Canada overall as?
In every interview that I've given here, and I'll mention this when I go to Pakistan as well, literally the amount of love. Oh my God. I mean, we did perceive a good response, but frankly speaking, the response that we got was, it was a surprise. At the Hum Awards, there were thousands upon thousands of Pakistanis, even Indians, Bangladeshis, South Asians basically, primarily Pakistanis. They numbered in their thousands, who were shouting, who were clapping, who were giving us all that love and affection. The hall was full. I mean, the hall of the capacity of 8,000 people was full in Toronto.
Absolutely.
So the response, and everywhere that we've gone after that as well, including this event right now here, we've received so much love, and this is very encouraging for us. Because we're not, again, as I mentioned before, we're not trying to go international. We're not trying to take Pakistan to the world. And this experience, a Pakistani award show happening in a foreign country, which is so far away, and getting this response, I think this will encourage a lot of other organizations to now step out and venture outside Pakistan and take Pakistan to the world. So this is very encouraging. And inshallah, when we successfully take Pakistan to the world with the efforts to cater to that negative propaganda, Toronto will be the city which actually started it and which gave us enough courage and enough bravery to feel confident that, okay, now we can venture out of Pakistan. So I think Toronto, aapko salam hai. Hats off to you, Toronto.
Well, as a Canadian Pakistani myself, you are a role model, and I get to learn about Pakistan around the media, about the politics, through someone like you. And I believe that taking these roles is allowing myself to see what Pakistani theater and film industry can actually go up to. And it's a pleasure to finally see that, because, like you said, our budgets are peanuts, let's just say, compared to other industries, but the output is massive. Now, you mentioned in the press conference that compared to other projects, it's 1%. So now, was that 1% including what you got for this, or was it after what you got?
No, the 1% is the entire budget of the film, and that was in the context of the fact that the next door neighbor India has Bollywood. Their budgets are 1,000 times more than our budgets. So having 1% of their budgets and coming up with such quality that you could present that to the world and be proud of it is a huge achievement. And I can only begin to imagine that when we have more budgets, inshallah, within the next 10, 15 years, when we have enough budgets, so then imagine what we'll do. If we're doing this much in iterative resources. So I'm very optimistic. And as you said that, you called me a role model, I'm very thankful to you for that. But everyone has to be a role model. Because there's a very famous शेर कि अफराद के हाथों में है अक़वाम की तकदीर हर फ़र्द है मिल्लत के मुक़द्दर का सितारा. So it's every individual they have to become role models in their own sense, because that's what makes up a nation. It's individuals, it's people. So my message in the end would be, because I'm being told the time is up, is that be proud of Pakistan. Look beyond the negative things, because they say that news is not when a young man helps an older woman cross the road, but if that young man snatches the purse of that older woman, that's news. So unfortunately, only negative things in Pakistan, they make news. Research, go, look at all the positive things and be proud of them. As a nation, we've achieved so much. It is time for us to stop being apologetic, stop being defensive, and tell the world you're wrong. We are a nation which has served the world. We are a nation which has a positive impact upon the world. So that's my message to the people. Stop being apologetic, stop being defensive, and celebrate the good things about Pakistan while keeping an eye on the bad things.
Well, thank you so much, Hamza, for an amazing time. You're a role model and you're an inspiration. Thank you so much. And we have a very special guest with us. He has a very important role in the film. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Yes. So now I've talked to all the cast members, and they've told me about, how you guys saw the in-depth training and how everything is done. What did you, as an actor, take away from this whole experience in such a specific, cultured role?
Well, of course, there's cultural aspects to it, but in the end, you have to just be as authentic and honest as possible about the life of an F-16 pilot, which is my character. I play a squadron leader, Nadir Kirmani, in it. And usme, we're showing not only the life in the Air Force, him flying, obviously, even on some missions, which were shown in the trailer, but also his married life and how he deals with, his love of his life, and also what happens to them as he is embarking on these missions. So I just spent a lot of time just soaking all the knowledge in, and I actually flew a trainer for the film just for my own curiosity. I flew a SF Marchetti 260 Italian bomber, and I did dogfighting with like a 70-year-old guy, and he beat me up pretty bad. But it was really cool to actually be on the plane and to do that, because we weren't able to fly in the F-16s, unfortunately, but this gave me the sort of experience of what it would be like to be up there. So I really was able to soak that in.
Miss Momina and Mr. Durad said that, there's a lot of timelines in the film. It's not just a one streamline of, an army film. It's much more than that. Now, what would your insight be of a film that's, new, it has a new storyline, it's nothing like someone has seen before, because it's about a female fighter pilot as well. So what would you say more about that?
About the different storylines, or
about the different storylines and what you were expecting from it.
What I'm expecting from it, well, I mean, I'm not expecting. Essentially, the storylines are in order because we wanted to show different tracks of the Air Force. We wanted to show the cadet part. We also wanted to show established F-16 pilots. And we also wanted to show the sort of relationships within the film. The thing is, with this specific thing, I can't give away specifics about it, because in the trailer, when you watch the trailer, right? What did you think? You probably saw the fact that there was three different trailers happening, right?
Yeah, I saw a couple stories going along with this trailer.
And that's what I'm trying to say is they end up converging in the end, and I think you'll be pleasantly satisfied, because if I start telling you about it, I don't think it's going to be as enticing for you. So I think it's all going to make sense when you watch the film.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Sean. I really appreciate it.